Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Today I am reviewing the new album from the band Chevelle. Before I begin, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. So the name of the album is NIRATIAS, and that stands for Nothing is Real and This is a Simulation. So the album's artwork was painted by the very well-known fantasy artist. His name is Boris Vallejo. Now you might recognize his work from the Vacation movie poster. That was the movie with Chevy Chase. And this is their first studio album since 2016's The North Corridor. Now this album is a lot different than their previous albums.
NIRATIAS is a concept album that deals with a lot of science fiction related themes, such as interstellar travel. The album features a few instrumentals and spoken word passages. It was released on March 5th, 2021, and they released 3 singles prior to release: Self-Destructor, Peach, and Remember When. And they even made a music video for Self-Destructor. The band considers this their make or break album, meaning that if it is not well received by fans, then they will probably take a break as far as the band is concerned. But I wouldn't really worry about that because this album is awesome.
The album starts out with an instrumental called Verruckt. It's basically a guitar-heavy song, and it sets the tone for the album. I mean, the guitar tones gives it a very a futuristic feel. Next is So Long Mother Earth. This song feels more like a classic Chevelle song. The vocals from Pete Loeffler, they sound really good. His vocal style is similar to Maynard from Tool, and this band often gets compared to the band Tool. There are parts of the song that are really heavy and also reminds me a little of the band Gojira. Next is Mars Simula. Now this song is very riff heavy. As you listen to this album, I mean, you hear a lot of different futuristic sounds, and it completely puts you into space and just takes you on a trip into another world. Sleep in the Deep is a short instrumental that's very quiet and eerie, but it really sets the mood for what's to come. Self-Destructor, it's one of the singles that was previously released, and it has that classic Chevelle sound, reminiscent of something from Wonder What's Next, but it still has that interstellar, futuristic feel. Pistol Star Gravity Heals is probably the most Tool sounding song, but it doesn't mean it's not an awesome song, and it doesn't really feel out of place at all, and also features some really incredible riffs. Wormhole is just a 20-second sound effect that kind of sets the mood, that goes right into Peach, which is another futuristic sounding song. It's very slow, atmospheric. I mean, the riffs are super heavy, and it's the kind of song that just makes you want to sit back and take in the music. Test Enough. It's another slow song, and it's filled with guitar effects, and it really creates this atmosphere, as if somebody was floating in space. The song's a little over 2 minutes, but it's really just enough to just put you into the whole atmosphere of everything. Endlessly is another atmospheric song. You know, the acoustic guitars give it a very uplifting feel and creating the feeling of being in outer space. Remember When, it's a mid-tempo rocker. It's filled with the guitar effects, and it keeps with the sci-fi theme. Ghost and Razor, it's probably the other song on the album that is very reminiscent of the band Tool. The chorus on the song sounds a lot like Maynard singing, but it's still a very enjoyable song, and it's filled with guitar effects and riffs. The album closes with Lost in Digital Woods. It's a very somber, piano-driven song, has some spoken word passages. You know, it brings the album to a close. There's some brief moments of silence, but you also hear some futuristic guitar effects, kind of takes you just to the end of the album. In conclusion, you know, I was really tempted to give this album a 10 out of 10, but I want to just see how it ages over the next few months. So for now, I'm going to give it a very enthusiastic 9 out of 10. But I may bump it up at the end of the year, when I do one of my reviews. Now, this is an album that needs to be listened to just start to finish. It's not just like a collection of songs, and it's not like something that you want to like listen to certain songs on a playlist. You need to listen to like the whole package. You know, this album just takes you on a trip into the unknown. I recommend this album to anybody who likes metal, progressive metal, or alternative metal. I cannot say anything negative about it, and it's an amazing album start to finish. That is it. Let me know what you think of this album in the comment section, and how do you feel it stands up to the other albums in their discography. I have a few more upcoming releases. I have the band Demon Hunter, I have Kings of Leon, and before that I have a surprise classic album that is reaching a special milestone, and that will be on either Sunday night or Monday morning, but you gotta wait just to find out. And that's it. Check out my other reviews linked right there, and I will see you in the next one.